Well, here we go. It is the growing season 2019 in West Michigan. Today's date, May 22nd, and I thought this year I would do a weekly, 1 or 2 times a week actually. Just I'll go through the garden, no editing, just see it as I see it, and yeah, we'll do that. We'll have some fun with it. I'm gonna make mistakes. Things are gonna die probably, like they do in every garden. Those darn pests. But I think I'll walk around, show you what I got, and show you where I'm gonna plant things, what I'm gonna plant, and then we'll come back weekly and see what we got going on. Watch the growth. All right. Well, this is the raised bed garden, and I tell you what, before I get going with that, let me pan over here, show you what we've got going on. Been growing these for about six weeks or so. They're outside today for the first time. Gonna harden them off here, probably leave them out. They've been out about an hour. I'll probably leave them out a little while longer. It's an overcast day. I'm probably going to do 2 hours today, and we'll just add a couple hours every day for, I try and get the plants in the ground by Memorial Day, or at the latest June 1st here in West Michigan. Seems to work out pretty well, but like everywhere else it seems, here in the West, or not the West, the Midwest, it's been rainy. It's been a lot of rain. It's good, but at the same time, kind of holds you back on your planning. But anyways, we got some, we do some cherry tomatoes and some beefies, and the sandwich cutting type tomatoes. So we got a bunch of those. We got some peppers. We've got some okra over there. I'm gonna do some. Going to be doing some sweet potatoes this year for the first time, both in raised bed, and I'm going to try growing some in some straw bales, and we'll see which ones do better. I've got some melons going on here, pumpkins, squash, zucchini, yellow squash, more peppers. I really haven't grown many peppers. Oh, here's my little makeshift cold frame / little greenhouse that I put together just on the fly. That's helped out a great deal. But with the peppers, I'm gonna try my luck with peppers this year. Haven't been much in the peppers, but we're gonna give it a go. See what we got. All right, I've got one bed right off the deck here, and we're gonna use this as the vegetable, or the lettuces. I've got some spinach down there, some lettuce, I've got some kale, 3 different kinds of kale here, and some Swiss chard, I believe. These were sown probably about a month ago. I think it was 3 weeks or so. But it's been cold, and then hot, and then cold, and rain, and so but they're doing pretty good, so I'm pretty happy. I put some peas on the back wall here. I got a temporary fence up here to keep the dogs out, little whippersnappers. You'll meet them here eventually. They'll be coming running out here. So the peas are doing good, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, here's the garden. So let's go have a look. I got a couple of new beds going in here. It's right here, and on the other side of the entranceway. Back up and give you a view of this side. I live at the end of a cul-de-sac. Right there. We're going to try and do this without editing all season, see what we get. All right, well, here's the strawberry bed. And I think we're going to take this out. It's been here for about 3 years. And, you know, I put it in for my wife and the grandkids. They love the strawberries, as do I. I just really want the space for more veggies. You know, you never seem to have enough gardening space. But we'll see what happens. I might move them after. These are June berries. So maybe in early July I'll see if I can plant something else in there. Anywho, so those are the strawberries. This corner here, this is going to be the sweet potato bed. And I should say sweet potato beds. So we've got the raised bed here. And I've got the straw bales, last year's straw bales. I did straw bales for the first time last year. You know, I was curious, thought I'd check it out, and you know what? It worked really well. I grew a bunch of cantaloupe and, you know, a couple other things in there. Tomatoes did great. Some squash, and they all did really well. And they say the second year is actually, you know, better than the first year because, you know, all that straw breaks down. I did have some problem with grass growing up through it, but, you know, you just pluck it right out, and, you know, that's no big deal. But anyways, sweet potatoes, never grown sweet potatoes before. So we're going to try them in this last year's straw bale and this raised bed here. I only got a couple of things of carrots over there for my granddaughter. She loves carrots. So we're going to see how that goes. You know, I'll top them off with, you know, a little bit of compost, but not too much. Let me see, we got the straw bale, we got the strawberries here. This bed, these two beds are going to be dedicated to tomatoes. Now I had the steak tomatoes in this bed last year. I believe I'm going to go with cherry tomatoes there, and then I'm going to move the steak tomatoes, the bigger tomatoes, over to this bed with the trellis. Got this cattle panel trellis right here. It worked out so well last year. You can check out that video. I'll show you how to use that for, you know, bigger, bushier tomatoes. So easy. Anyway, so we're gonna dedicate these two beds to tomatoes. So I love me some tomatoes. I don't know anybody who doesn't, really, except my wife. We are so different, but I love her. All right, so here is the view from this side, and you can see the kids. Man, kids will play on anything. And drag the pool ladder over there, and they've just been having a ball on it. Anyways, I've got two new beds that I'm doing this year. Right there, that is a 3x10, as well as that 3x10. Now these other beds here, they are 3x8s. I wish I would have went with a 10-footer, but that darn, and my gardener, you know, I watch that guy all the time. You should check him out if you've never checked his videos out. He's very, very knowledgeable, and, you know, I buy some seeds from him, and, you know, he's just he helps me a lot. You know, plus he lives in Michigan on the other side of the state, but, you know, he helps me a lot. So check him out if you get a chance. Anywho, we're going to dedicate these beds right here, I think, to mainly peppers. You know, we're going to see how that goes. Doesn't quite get as much sun as these beds up front here. And I've heard, you know, they need a lot of sun. Peppers need, you know, not so much sun. So you know what? We're gonna see what we get. So I'm gonna grow peppers there. There's gonna be a fence on the back wall there. There's gonna be green beans growing up the cattle panel trellis. But the back wall, I want to put cucumbers on there like last year. You know, it was so pretty and it was so full. You know, maybe I'll do a couple of tomatoes in the corner or something, but I don't know. You know, cucumbers need a lot of water. And now, can the peppers take that much water? You know, I don't know. But I'm still deciding on that. We'll see. If anybody's got any advice on growing cucumbers and peppers together, you know, should I, shouldn't I? You know, let me know. You know, give me a comment or something. I'll take all the advice I can get. This is only like, you know, I'm a pretty inexperienced gardener, but I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years now, and you know, you just pick up more and more knowledge, especially watching some of these channels. Roots and Refuge is one of them. Callie Kim, Gary, I think he's out in California. You know, but awesome YouTubers. Anyways, let's go check out the in-ground garden. This is the best sun that I have in the yard. It's full sun. There it is. It's a 10 by 40. It's not prepared. I got to get it going. But it's a 10 by 40 lot. You know, I put wood chips and you know, compost, some manure in there, blood meal, bone meal. You know, I till it up, but I don't know if I'm going to till it anymore. I've heard that you know, it messes with the you know, the natural microbes and everything that's in that soil. You know, and you don't really want to do that, I hear. So I think I'm just going to I don't know yet. But anyways, this is going to be mainly for pumpkins, squash, stuff of, you know, that type. I like butternut squash. You know, I love to store things over winter. You know, and I don't like pests. You know, when it comes to squash and pumpkins, and you know, that darn squash bug, the vine borer, you know, gets me every darn year here in West Michigan. And I don't like to use the you know, chemicals to kill them. I know there's neem oil and you know, stuff like that they say it's all natural, but still, I mean, and BT, and I guess I'll do that. However, you know, I've decided to pretty much you know, find plants, vegetables that are not susceptible to, say, the squash vine borer, like the butternut squash. They don't seem to care too much for those. I never have a problem. Anyways, this is going to be dedicated. This is going to be dedicated for the pumpkin squash. So that should be fun to see, you know, how that's going weekly. I usually plant corn down there at the end. Oh, by the way, this garden is right under this tree. Holy mother of pearl. You know, but this is where the full sun is, as you can see. Right down here. But I never seem to have a problem growing right under this tree. You know, I seem to do fine every season here. Corn's always great. But we're not going to do corn this year, I don't think. Maybe we will. I don't know. It takes up a lot of space. But we'll see. You know, it should be fun. Oh, I've got one other little thing here. My granddaughter, she's 5. She wanted her, Bells. She wanted her own little garden this year, so you know, I saw a couple ideas for a kiddie pool garden. So we got our little kiddie pool garden going. You know, I got it fenced off because of the dogs right now, but as soon as it gets going, we'll probably lose that fence. It's right under the tree, but it still gets the full sun. Still gets that full sun. Oh, that's all full sun right there, which is awesome. Anyways, you know, I put a couple of we put a couple strawberries in there. You know, we got some radishes coming up right there. You know, we got some other little of the little varmints, you know, lettuces and Swiss chard and whatnot. We're gonna put a tomato in there. It's gonna be fun, you know. We'll see how it goes, and you know, check it out. Check it out weekly. Come on back, see how it's going, and it's gonna be good. Oh, one more thing. I'm filling these, you know. I've got a layer of leaves down and some sticks on the bottom of these beds. I've got some sand I'm going to put in here. But right now, I do this awesome every year. Oh, I should show you this. The guy down there, I live at the end of the street here on the cul-de-sac, and the wind, you know, it blows up here every fall. And I get everybody's leaves, especially that guy down at the end there. You know, he's smart. He rakes his leaves right to the end of the road and waits for that big windstorm. That son of a gun. But you know what? I'll take those leaves, because I grab them, I scoop them up, and I drag them back here. I'll take a little walk back here so you can see what I got going on. There's so many leaves. These are on my trees in the yard. There, all these over here. This big thing here. Oh yeah, and we got a nice little berry tree here that me and my grandkids come out and pick yummy berries. They love it. I love those guys. Anyways, back here, this area, right back in this corner, you know, I've thinned it out. I've got all these little trees that grow back here. But I bring the leaves back here. And I've been doing it for about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now. And I've got this awesome soil, this humus, you know. And I built this screen here. Really haven't done much with it yet, you know, but the soil, it's hard to do with one hand, but it's like, you know, like they say, it's like black gold. It's just awesome. And all this it's beyond leaf mold, you know. It's just great stuff. Great stuff. I gotta thin this out right here. This is just wild. Silver dollars. Actually, if anybody wants some seeds, maybe later on I can send them to you or something. Anywho, so that's where I get a lot of my garden soil. Oh yeah, this over here, I gotta take this dead stump out, but that grew a lot of good squash around it last year. This right here is another little garden bed that I've neglected. Well, we'll see if we can get that going as well. I got some compost over here, along with some stakes and hoses and stuff that I use. Make some compost there. Anywho, this video is getting a little long, so let's wrap it up here. Oh, if anybody's got any advice for the soil, what I should add to it yet, I'll probably put some peat moss in there and some sand that I bought, loosen it up a little bit. Give me a holler, give me a shout, give me a comment if you would. Help me out here, and I would appreciate it. Fantastic. We're gonna have fun this year. Good times. Gonna have some good times. Here we go. All right, well, I'll see you later. Bye.